Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered what really makes someone unforgettable? What creates that deep, lasting connection that goes beyond looks, money, or status? Society keeps telling us it's about wealth, power, or the perfect car. Flashy stuff grabs attention for a moment, sure, but does it hold someone's heart? Not a chance, because deep down, we all crave something real. And here's the truth. There are timeless qualities that make you not just more attractive, but more respected, valued, and remembered. These aren't tricks, they're not hacks, they're virtues. And when you cultivate them, you don't just improve your relationships, you transform who you are. And guess what? It's all rooted in Stoic wisdom. So if you've ever asked yourself, what do women really want? This is for you. Stick around because these insights will shift the way you see attraction, relationships, and most importantly, yourself. Ready to uncover the hidden language of attraction? All right, let's dive in. Let's kick things off with confidence. Confidence is one of the most attractive traits out there. But here's where a lot of guys get it wrong. They think confidence means being the loudest person in the room, the one constantly showing off, making sure everyone knows how successful or important they are. But deep down, we all know that kind of confidence feels fake. It's fragile. It's exhausting to keep up, and people can sense it a mile away. True confidence? It's quiet. It's steady. It's the guy who doesn't need to brag, doesn't need to dominate the conversation. He knows his worth, and he doesn't need anyone's approval to validate it. He walks into a room with calm energy, not because he demands attention, but because he's fully comfortable in his own skin. That's the kind of confidence that lasts. It's grounded in self-awareness, in knowing who you are and what you stand for. Real confidence isn't complete without humility. That's what makes it authentic. Arrogance? That's just insecurity dressed up. It pushes people away. But when you pair confidence with humility, you become someone people naturally want to be around. Someone who listens as much as he speaks, who's not afraid to admit when he's wrong, and who's always open to learning. A man who's quietly competent and humble is far more attractive than someone constantly trying to prove himself. Imagine a guy at work who handles a crisis with calm precision, solves the problem without making a fuss, and then credits his team instead of taking all the glory. That's powerful. It shows strength, leadership, and emotional control. And that's what Stoicism teaches. You don't need external recognition to feel worthy. Your value comes from within. Women notice that. They see when a man is comfortable with who he is without needing to show off. They see when he leads with calm authority, not ego. And here's the best part. That kind of confidence doesn't fade with time. It's not tied to your looks, your job title, or your bank account. It grows stronger as you grow wiser. So if you're thinking, how do I build that kind of confidence? Start by looking inward. Ask yourself, what do I believe in? What values do I live by? When you know your answers, you'll stand taller. You'll speak with more purpose, and you'll move through life with a quiet strength that draws people toward you without ever needing to demand their attention. And trust me, that's the kind of confidence women love. It's rare, it's timeless, and it's 100% within your reach. Once you've got authentic confidence, the next thing that really sets a man apart is emotional intelligence. And let me tell you, this is a game changer when it comes to relationships. You can be the most confident guy in the world, but if you can't connect on an emotional level, you'll struggle to build anything meaningful that lasts. Emotional intelligence isn't just some trendy buzzword thrown around in self-help books. It's about being in tune with your own emotions and, more importantly, understanding the emotions of others. Think about it. Life isn't always sunshine and smooth sailing. There will be stress, arguments, and moments of doubt. And in those times, a woman wants to know that she can rely on you to handle things with calmness, patience, and empathy. Not someone who reacts impulsively, but someone who listens, understands, and knows how to respond thoughtfully. Here's where Stoicism comes in. Philosophy teaches us to master our emotions, but that doesn't mean pretending they don't exist. It's not about becoming a stone-cold statue. Far from it. It's about recognizing your feelings, processing them, and choosing your reactions with wisdom and control. The goal isn't to suppress emotions, but to understand them so they don't control you. Now imagine this. Your partner comes home after a rough day. She doesn't need solutions or quick fixes. She needs someone who can sense what she's feeling without her having to spell it out. Maybe she's frustrated, anxious, or just drained. An emotionally intelligent man knows when to speak and when to stay quiet. He knows how to be present, offering a hug, a listening ear, or just sitting there in silence if that's what she needs. It's not about saying the perfect thing. It's about being fully present and supportive in the moment. That kind of presence builds trust and respect. It shows that you're not just focused on yourself, but that you genuinely care about the other person's well-being. And here's the truth. Women notice this. They appreciate a man who doesn't brush off emotions or get uncomfortable when things get tough. Someone who can sit with them in their vulnerability without judgment or impatience. That's rare, and it makes a man stand out. It's not just about reacting well to your partner's emotions. It's also about managing your own. Think about how many arguments spiral out of control because one person couldn't keep their temper in check. Emotional intelligence means you're aware of your triggers, you pause before reacting, and you choose responses that de-escalate conflicts instead of fueling them. It shows maturity, self-control, and a deep understanding of human nature. These are traits Stoicism encourages us to cultivate every day. A man who can navigate emotional situations with grace doesn't just make his partner feel safe. He makes their relationship stronger. There's an understanding that no matter what happens, you'll approach challenges together with calmness and mutual respect. And isn't that what we all want? To feel understood. To feel like someone truly gets us. A relationship without emotional intelligence is fragile. It's like a house built on sand. One storm, and it crumbles. But when a man shows emotional depth, empathy, and self-awareness, he creates a solid foundation. A relationship built on that foundation isn't easily shaken by life's inevitable ups and downs. So, if you want to strengthen your relationships, start by strengthening your emotional intelligence. Learn to listen without waiting to speak. Learn to notice the subtle cues your partner gives off. Learn to sit with your own emotions and ask, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? That kind of self-awareness doesn't just make you a better partner, it makes you a better person. Emotional intelligence never goes out of style. It's timeless, it's powerful, and it's one of the most attractive traits a man can have. Let's be honest, life can be tough. There are unexpected challenges, stressful days, and moments that push us to our limits. But do you know what makes all of that a little more bearable? Laughter. A good sense of humor is one of the most underrated virtues, yet it has the power to strengthen bonds, ease tension, and turn even the hardest days into something a little brighter. Who doesn't love being around someone who can make them smile, someone who can see the funny side of life's absurdities? Stoicism teaches us that we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. And humor? It's one of the best ways to respond. It shows resilience, it shows creativity, and it shows that you're not easily thrown off by life's unpredictability. Imagine a stressful situation. Maybe you're stuck in traffic for hours. Now you have two choices. You can sit there, frustrated, angry, and honking your horn. Or you can crack a joke, laugh at the absurdity of it all, and make the moment a little lighter. Which version of you do you think your partner would rather sit next to? Exactly. Humor creates shared moments. It builds connections that go beyond words. It's in those little moments, a playful joke, a shared laugh, a funny observation, that relationships grow stronger. Because laughter isn't just about amusement, it's about relief. It's about saying, I see the chaos too, but we're in this together. But this is something you should know. Not all humor is created equal. Kind humor is what really makes a difference. The goal isn't to tear others down or make jokes at someone else's expense. That kind of humor might get a laugh in the moment, but it leaves people feeling uncomfortable or hurt. Real humor lifts people up. It's about finding joy in everyday moments without ever making someone else feel small. Think of the people you enjoy being around. Odds are, they're the ones who make you feel lighter, not weighed down. They're the ones who can turn even a mundane task like grocery shopping or doing the dishes into something fun with a quick-witted comment or a light-hearted joke. And that kind of presence is contagious. It draws people in. A man with a good sense of humor shows more than just wit. He shows emotional strength. It takes resilience to laugh when things aren't going your way. It takes creativity to find humor in life's quirks. And it takes emotional intelligence to know when humor is needed and when silence is more appropriate. It's about timing, empathy, and connection. You need to remember this. Women appreciate a man who can make them laugh. Not because laughter is a distraction from serious matters, but because it shows that you have a light-hearted approach to life. It shows that you can take life seriously without taking yourself too seriously. There's something deeply attractive about someone who can bring joy into the room, especially during difficult times. So, how do you cultivate this kind of humor? Start by paying attention to the little things. Life is full of quirks and oddities that are just waiting to be noticed. Look for the humor in everyday moments. And remember, it's not about being a stand-up comedian. You don't need to have a joke ready at all times. It's about being present, playful, and open to laughter when the moment calls for it. Remember, life is unpredictable. There will be storms, setbacks, and frustrations. But laughter? That's how you keep things in perspective. That's how you make the hard days a little easier and the good days even better. A man who knows how to make someone laugh is unforgettable. It's a quality that never fades with time. It doesn't depend on looks, status, or money. It's about who you are at your core. Someone who brings joy, resilience, and light into every moment. And that's something people remember. So, we're halfway through, and before we dive into thing number 4, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our latest videos. Alright, I won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's jump right back in. Let's face it, Life will knock you down. No one escapes hardship. No one gets through life without setbacks, disappointments, or failures. But what really matters is how you respond. Will you let those moments define you, or will you rise stronger and wiser than before? That's what resilience is all about, and it's one of the most important qualities a man can have. Why? Because resilience shows inner strength. It shows that you can face life's chaos, adapt, and keep going. That's the kind of strength people, especially women, admire. Life is unpredictable, and no one wants a partner who crumbles at the first sign of trouble. Women want someone they can rely on, someone who can weather life's storms with courage and grace. Think about it. There will be days when things fall apart. Jobs are lost, plans change, loved ones get sick. Resilience means you don't fall apart with them. You stay grounded, focused on what you can control. You adapt, adjust, and move forward. That's true strength. It's not about pretending to be invincible. It's about showing up, even when it's hard, and refusing to give up when things get tough. And here's where Stoicism offers powerful guidance. Stoic philosophy teaches us to separate what we can control from what we can't. You can't control the outcome of every situation. You can't control how other people act, but you can control your mindset, your attitude, and your actions. When things go wrong, a resilient man doesn't waste time dwelling on what's out of his hands. He focuses on solutions. He asks himself, what can I do to make this better? And if there's nothing he can change, he lets it go. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. It's emotional discipline. Staying calm, staying present, and doing what needs to be done without falling apart emotionally. And let's be honest, resilience is rare. A lot of people get stuck in their failures. They get knocked down and stay down, feeling sorry for themselves or blaming others. But resilient men, they keep going. They don't let setbacks define them. And that kind of strength is deeply attractive because it creates stability. Picture a man who loses his job unexpectedly. Instead of spiraling into despair, he takes a breath, assesses the situation, and gets to work on a new plan. He's not in denial. He feels the stress and disappointment, but he doesn't let it consume him. He keeps moving forward. That's the kind of partner women want. Someone who brings calm in the chaos. Someone who shows through his actions that no matter what life throws at him, he'll find a way through. But resilience isn't just about enduring hardship. It's about thriving despite it. It's about growing stronger with each challenge. Every setback becomes an opportunity to learn. Every failure becomes a lesson. Resilient men don't just survive tough times. They come out the other side better, smarter, more capable. And here's something important to remember. Resilience doesn't mean you never feel pain or fear. It doesn't mean you're immune to frustration or sadness. It means you acknowledge those emotions, but you don't let them control you. You feel the weight of the moment, but you don't collapse under it. You keep going. Women admire this kind of strength because it makes them feel secure. Life is unpredictable, and knowing that your partner can handle life's challenges without losing his mind or his integrity builds trust and respect. It shows that you're someone who can hold steady when things get rough. And a note for you: resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's a skill you cultivate through practice. Every time life knocks you down and you choose to get back up, you're strengthening that muscle. Every time you focus on what you can control instead of what you can't, you're becoming more resilient. So, if you're wondering, how do I become more resilient? Start by shifting your mindset. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is yes, take action. If the answer is no, let it go. Focus on your next step, not the setback. Remember, resilience is what keeps you grounded when life gets messy. It's what gives you the strength to push through when everything feels like it's falling apart. And it's what makes people, especially women, see you as someone they can trust, someone they can lean on, someone who doesn't crumble under pressure. In the end, life isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about learning to handle them with grace and strength. And a resilient man, he's not just surviving, he's thriving, no matter what life throws his way. Let's talk about supportiveness. One of the most overlooked yet deeply appreciated traits in any relationship. And here's the truth. Being supportive doesn't mean trying to save the day or fix every problem. It's not about playing the knight in shining armor. It's about showing up, being present, being someone your partner knows she can count on when life throws challenges her way. Everyone has dreams, goals, and moments of self-doubt. What makes a difference is having someone by your side who believes in you, even when you don't fully believe in yourself. That's what being a supportive partner is all about. It's standing next to her, not in front of her, not behind her, but right by her side. You're not there to take over or lead the way, but to walk with her through life's ups and downs. Support comes in many forms. Sometimes it's emotional. It's listening when she's had a tough day without trying to solve everything. It's simply being there, offering comfort and understanding. Other times, it's practical. Maybe it's helping her prepare for an important presentation, connecting her with someone who can open new doors, or even just reminding her of her strengths when she's feeling insecure. These small acts of support might seem minor, but they make a huge impact over time. They show that you care, that you see her potential, and that you're invested in her success. And here's where Stoicism gives us a powerful lesson. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can give to others without expecting anything in return. In Stoic terms, this is the virtue of justice. It's about doing the right thing, helping others achieve their best, simply because it's the right thing to do. Not because you want praise, not because you're waiting for something in return, but because you genuinely care about the people in your life and want to see them succeed. Think about how meaningful that is in a relationship. When you support someone out of genuine care, without ego, without expecting applause, it creates trust, security, and deep respect. It shows that you're not just in the relationship for yourself, but that you truly want to build something together. And let's be honest, life is hard enough on its own. We all want a partner who makes it easier, someone who cheers us on, lifts us up, and reminds us that we're capable, even when we feel like giving up. Imagine how powerful it is to be that person for someone else, to be the one who says, "I see you, I believe in you, I've got your back." That kind of support isn't just attractive, it's transformative. It builds a foundation for a relationship that can weather any storm. But here's the key. Supportiveness doesn't mean taking over. It's not about controlling the situation or always having the perfect solution. It's about knowing when to step in and when to step back. Sometimes your partner just needs to know you're there, that you're present, that you're paying attention. You don't always need to fix things. Sometimes the most supportive thing you can do is listen. Offer encouragement. Let her know she's not alone. And trust me, women notice this. They notice when a man genuinely supports their ambitions, their goals, and their personal growth. It shows that you're not intimidated by their success. You're not threatened by their dreams. You want to see them thrive. That kind of support creates a partnership that's based on mutual respect and admiration. So if you're thinking, how can I be more supportive? Start by showing up. Be present. Listen without trying to fix. Offer your help when it's needed and step back when it's not. And always, always believe in her potential. Because when you support someone's growth, you're also growing. You're becoming a better partner, a better friend, and a better person. At the end of the day, supportiveness is about being a teammate. Life isn't a solo journey, and having someone walk with you makes all the difference. Be that person. The one who encourages, uplifts, and reminds their partner of their strength. Not because you have to, but because you want to. And trust me, there's nothing more attractive than a man who makes you feel seen, heard, and supported. Let's talk about integrity, because without it, nothing else matters. You can be confident, emotionally intelligent, funny, resilient, and supportive, but if people can't trust you, it all falls apart. Trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship, and integrity is how you build it. Now, integrity isn't just about telling the truth. It goes deeper. It's about being a man of your word. It's about showing up when you say you will, following through on your commitments, and staying consistent, even when life gets messy or inconvenient. It's easy to keep promises when things are going well. But what about when you're tired, busy, or frustrated? That's when integrity shows itself. It's in those tough moments when people learn whether they can really count on you. Let me ask you this. Have you ever met someone who says all the right things, but never backs them up? Maybe they promise to help you out, but flake at the last minute. Or they say they'll be there, but they're always running late. Over time, you stop trusting them. Why? Because their actions don't match their words. And trust is built on action, not talk. Now, imagine the opposite. A man who quietly follows through on what he says without needing to be reminded or praised. He makes commitments and keeps them. If he says he'll be there, you know he will. If he promises to handle something, you don't have to worry. That consistency creates stability in a relationship. It builds a sense of security that allows both people to relax and be themselves. And let's be real, life is unpredictable. There will be times when things don't go as planned. Having a partner you can rely on during those moments makes all the difference. Because it's not just about showing up when it's easy. It's about showing up when it's hard. When the world feels chaotic and everything seems uncertain, integrity is the anchor that holds things steady. Remember, integrity isn't flashy. It doesn't demand attention. It's quiet, steady, and reliable. And that's why it's so powerful. You don't have to announce it. People will feel it. They'll know you're someone they can trust because your actions prove it over time. In Stoicism, this ties directly to the virtue of justice. A Stoic man doesn't just do what's convenient or beneficial to himself. He does what's right, even when no one is watching. He holds himself accountable to his principles, not for recognition, but because he values his own character. He knows that how he behaves when no one is looking defines who he really is. Now let's bring this back to relationships. Women notice integrity. They see it in the little things. When you show up on time, when you keep your promises, when you handle your responsibilities without excuses. These small, consistent actions build trust and respect. And trust isn't something you can demand. It's something you earn through reliability and consistency. Think about a man who says, "I'll call you tonight," and actually does. Or someone who commits to helping with something and follows through without needing a reminder. It sounds simple, but these small actions speak volumes. They say, "You can count on me. I've got your back." And that's incredibly powerful in a world where so many people overpromise and underdeliver. But integrity goes beyond just keeping promises to others. It's about being true to yourself. Are you living in alignment with your values? Are you acting in ways that make you proud of the man you are? Integrity means you're not pretending to be someone you're not. You're honest about your intentions, your feelings, and your boundaries. And that kind of honesty, with yourself and with others, is what creates authentic relationships. Here's another thing to keep in mind. Integrity isn't about perfection. It doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes. It means that when you do, you own them. You don't make excuses. You don't shift the blame. You say, "I messed up, and I'm gonna make it right." That kind of accountability shows maturity and strength. It shows that you're someone who takes responsibility for their actions, no matter the outcome. So how do you build integrity? Start small. If you say you'll do something, do it. Be mindful of your commitments. Don't make promises you can't keep. And when life throws challenges your way, stay grounded in your values. Integrity is built over time through consistency. It's not about grand gestures. It's about showing up day after day in both the big moments and the small ones. Remember, trust is what holds everything together. Without it, even the strongest feelings will eventually fade. But when you have integrity, you create unshakable bonds, the kind that can withstand anything life throws at you. There's nothing more attractive than someone who's reliable, consistent, and trustworthy. Someone who shows through their actions that they're a partner you can count on. That's integrity, and that's the foundation of a relationship that lasts. Let's finish with something that sets truly remarkable men apart: passion and purpose. Because let's be real, no one wants to be around someone who's just drifting through life. There's something magnetic about a man who has a fire inside, someone who's genuinely excited about something, who wakes up each day with a clear direction and drive. That energy, it's contagious. It inspires the people around him, especially his partner. You should know that. Passion alone isn't enough. It's easy to be passionate about something for a while and then lose interest. That's why Stoicism teaches us to align our passions with meaningful goals, something bigger than ourselves. Purpose gives passion direction. It keeps you grounded and focused, even when things get tough. Without purpose, passion can be aimless, scattered, and short-lived. But when you're pursuing something meaningful, your passion becomes a force that pushes you forward. Think about a man who's passionate about his career, but not just for the paycheck. He sees his work as a way to make an impact, to provide value to others, to improve his community, or to leave a legacy. Or someone who's passionate about a creative hobby, not just for fun, but because it allows him to express himself and bring joy to those around him. That kind of passion, when rooted in purpose, creates a spark that never fades. And here's the truth. Women notice that spark. They're drawn to it because a man with purpose knows where he's going in life. He's not waiting for life to happen to him. He's actively shaping his own path. And that kind of clarity and determination, it's incredibly attractive. It shows that you're engaged with life, that you're driven by something more meaningful than superficial pleasures. It shows that you have a vision for your future. But let's be clear, purpose doesn't have to mean chasing huge world-changing goals. It doesn't have to be about fame, fortune, or big accomplishments. It can be something simple but deeply meaningful. Maybe your purpose is to be a great father, to build a strong community, or to master a skill that brings value to others. What matters is that you have a reason to keep growing, to keep striving. And here's where passion and purpose really make a difference in relationships. When you're excited about your own life, you bring that energy into your relationship. Your enthusiasm inspires your partner. It encourages her to dream bigger, to pursue her own passions, and to grow alongside you. A relationship where both people are driven by their own purpose while supporting each other creates a powerful dynamic. It's not about one person carrying the other. It's about walking together, both fueled by your individual passions. Now let's flip it around. Imagine the opposite. Someone with no passion, no purpose, just drifting through life without any real direction. What kind of energy does that bring into a relationship? It's draining. It feels stagnant. Without purpose, life can feel meaningless, and that lack of drive shows in how someone carries themselves. So, how do you find your passion and purpose? Start by asking yourself, what truly excites me? What lights me up inside? What impact do I want to make? And once you've found that spark, stay committed. Keep going, even when it's hard. Passion will get you started, but purpose will keep you going. Remember, a man with purpose doesn't give up easily. He faces obstacles, but he keeps moving forward. He knows that setbacks are part of the journey, and that resilience, combined with passion, makes him unstoppable. It shows that he's not just living for the moment, he's building a meaningful life. At the end of the day, passion and purpose are what make life worth living. They give you a reason to wake up with excitement. They push you to grow, to evolve, and to make a difference. And that kind of energy, it transforms relationships. It creates a connection that goes beyond the surface, one that's built on shared growth, dreams, and the desire to live a life of meaning. So if there's one takeaway from this, it's this. Find your passion, align it with a purpose that matters, and share that energy with those around you. Because a man who's passionate and purposeful doesn't just live life, he lights it up. And trust me, that's a quality that never goes unnoticed. In a world obsessed with wealth, status, and appearances, it's easy to chase the wrong things. But real value, the kind that lasts, has nothing to do with money. Money can buy attention, but not admiration. It can buy comfort, but not character. And when it comes to building real, meaningful connections, it's who you are that matters. Integrity, resilience, emotional strength, humility, purpose. These are the traits that stand the test of time. They're what earn trust, respect, and genuine connection. And the best part? They're completely within your control. You don't need status, fame, or perfection, just the commitment to grow, to reflect, and to live with intention. So stop chasing what can be lost. Focus on what's timeless. Be the kind of man who brings strength to chaos, who makes people feel safe, valued, and inspired. The man who leads with quiet confidence, not arrogance. Because in the end, your true worth isn't in what you own. It's in how you live. Thanks for being with Stoic Heart on this journey today. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts or suggestions for future topics, so drop a comment below. See you in the next video.